Hello everybody and welcome back or welcome to another video. Now I've got a very exciting reading vlog for you today. We're going to be letting emojis choose my reads for the next week. I think we're having hints of what the next books are going to be. I'm not being horrible, but there's not enough words in the dictionary to describe how much I despise the book that I read. I got this idea from Ellen Catherine. I feel like she's literally just the queen of reading challenges. She always does amazing weekly reading challenges and I live for them. I honestly think they're so fun. I do have to apologise if you can hear my laptop because I'm currently uploading a video, so it sounds like it's going to take off. I apologise. I hope you can hear it. I'm very excited for this reading vlog. I feel like it's something very different. I'm very excited to sort of like see what I can come up with and see what books we can like correlate with emojis. Now I am going to be asking ChatGPT to generate an emoji for me, and I'm just going to ask him to generate one emoji and we're going to try and get a book that correlates with that emoji. Fingers crossed we can get it on the first try. If you haven't watched my reading vlogs before, then hi, my name's Brie. But the way we do things over here is that I'll choose one book now and then throughout the video I'll choose another and then I'll choose another. We'll do 3 books during this reading vlog, but instead of choosing them all now, I'll choose one now and then we can choose the rest later. So I'm just going to screen record so then we can generate our first emoji, which I'm very excited for. Okay, so give me one emoji, please. We've got to be kind to ChatGPT. Oh, okay, so a crescent moon. Okay, I feel like we're going to go for something fantasy, obviously, but I've just had some new books. I'm going to see if some of those could potentially go with these. I'll be back. Okay, so I've got 2 books here that we could potentially go with. One of them is probably where I'm going to have to go with because I feel like it correlates a lot more than the other one. But the first one that I don't think is... This is like a stretch. But this is one of the new books I've just had. It's The Stars Are Dying by Chloe C. Penaranda. I think I'm saying that right. But the only reason I picked this up is because it's something to do with like celestial guardians, and it's obviously to do with the sky and the stars, and I feel like it somehow connects. But we have got then The Night Witch by Sarah Rash and Beth Revis, and this is book number 1 in, I don't know what the series is called, but I think it's a witch and a witch hunter story, I think. But on the cover we've obviously got the 2 crescent moons and there's a 1 crescent moon in the middle as well. So I feel like we're gonna have to go with this one. Yeah, we've also got like the crescent moons on the like chapter pages as well, so but I am quite excited for this, even though it looks like quite a big book, but the writing is like really big and spaced out. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with this. I'm not too sure. I think it's a witch and witch hunter. Okay, so I think it's like a story about like getting revenge on someone that's destroyed the 3 main characters like coven or something like that, and she makes an alliance with Otto, and their alliance, I think they're like, it's kind of giving like enemies to lovers, but I'm not too sure. It's not giving too much away at the back. Set against the backdrop of medieval German witch trials, Rash and Revis weave a fantasy and hard-pounding tale full of history, love, witchcraft and war that will have you gripping your book, waiting for the next shocking twist. Oh, okay. I was thinking the names were a bit... there's a lot of... I'm not really understanding a lot of the language in here, but this has been on my TBR for quite a... It literally says here, New York Times bestseller, that love could never be forbidden. Book 1 in the Witch and Hunter duology. Okay, so it's got to be a Witch and Witch Hunter series. Yeah, I can't see that there is a audiobook for it, which I feel like could be quite hard because there's a lot of like German names and German terms in here that I'm realising, and I feel like I could struggle to understand what the hell is going on. But a bonus, it's in first person, so I guess let's just start this. Maybe. Do I have anything else? Because I really don't want to read this. I feel like that's cheating. I really don't want to read this. I don't know why, I'm just not in the mood. Have I got anything else that correlates to a crumb? Not a crumb, a crescent moon. No, I haven't. I'm gonna stop being a baby and we're actually just gonna read this and start this. Bonus points for being floppy though. I can comfortably read it without cracking the spine. Let's just get reading. after DNF. I haven't DNF'd a book in so long, but I've been reading this majority of the day and I've gone through quite a bit. I'm on page 156. So I've been reading for quite a while today, well, this evening, and I'm struggling. I am struggling. I feel like what I've read is so much info dumping, my brain is scrambled, but on top of all of that, there's so many like German words and Latin words and names and just things that I'm struggling with, because I think originally this was a German book and it's been translated to English. There's a lot of like German things being left in there, obviously, and there's also like a lot of Latin language in there, and I'm dyslexic, okay? I can just about read English language, let alone fucking German and Latin, okay? I'm struggling and I don't want to read anymore. I feel like I've forced myself to read these 150 pages because I thought I'll get over 100 pages and then I'll see how I feel. And I feel like I can't read anymore. I'm going into a spiral. I've not enjoyed these last 150 pages at all. And I feel like I've just wasted a whole afternoon reading shit. It's not even shit. It's not a bad book by any means. It's your classic witch and witch hunter book. She's the witch, obviously, and he's like the second in command to the witch hunter thing. It's called the Hexenjägers. Yeah, the Hexenjägers they're called. The like society thing that is the witch hunters. Yeah, I feel like it could be really good, but if it was fully English, I think I could really enjoy it, but I'm just so confused. I found myself literally on Google Translate so many times. We need to get something else, okay? I apologise, it's not a very good start to a video, so we're gonna get back onto ChatGPT. I'm gonna screen record for you guys, and fingers crossed we get something a bit better. Can I have another emoji, please? I always say please. Ooh, a strawberry. Oh, it's a strawberry. Okay, a strawberry. I feel like this could be easy. We could go like something with a strawberry on the cover. We could go for like something red, like red and green cover. I feel like summers are quite strawberries are quite summery. Guys, you're not going to believe this. Okay, this is like kind of cheated. But it's not cheating, but it goes with like the last emoji we just read for the crescent moon, and it goes with this one. So I've got Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. This is the last and final book in the Windy City series. I'm so excited to read this. So many of you are excited for me to read this as well. But it's obviously red. There's nothing, I have no books that like have a strawberry on the cover or anything that correlates with a strawberry. The only thing that I could think that correlates with a strawberry is The Brutal Prince. Is it The Brutal Prince? Yeah, it's called The Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. That has a strawberry on the cover because I think the male main character is allergic to strawberries, but I've already read that book. So this was my next best option, was to go with the red cover. So I was trying to look at all the books that I've read, and I was going to go with A Fall of Ruin and Wrath, but then I remembered that I have this, so I'm going to go with this. But it also has a crescent moon on the front, so it kind of goes with the last one and this one, like combine them together, and I feel like we're good to go because I know for a fact I'm really going to enjoy this. I'm so excited. Like, this is just gonna be so sweet, so heartfelt, kind of like a strawberry, really sweet. Because Harley, our female character, and Rio are so excited for Rio's POV. It literally says, Harley, when I was 11, my family moved next door to his. When I was 13, he was my first crush. When I was 16, we fell for each other. And when I was 19, we broke each other's hearts. Guys, you know how much I love a second chance romance. Like, I thrive when I read second chance romances. I love them so much. So I know me and this book are gonna be best buds. I know it for a fact. Oh, Rio. I never thought I'd be the only single one left in my friend group, but after years of trying to find love, I've concluded it may not exist for me anymore. That is until I accidentally hire Hallie Hart to renovate my house, and our jaded history has me rewinding memories I've kept secrets for years. Oh my god. I'm gonna love this so much. I know for a fact. We need to just get into this right now. Like, I need to read this immediately. Let's pause Larry for a sec. But I think we're having hints of what the next books are going to be. I know that she's coming out with a new installment of like a series, and I think it's going to be sports. Let's go on Liz Tomford's Instagram. Okay, there's nothing on her Instagram other than the little Windy City spin-off that we're going to get with Monty, which I'm very excited for. That comes out next March, but we're getting like hints of like a new series that I think is gonna happen, because Rio's next door neighbour, Ren, she's got 3 brothers and they're all professional sports players. They all do different kinds of sports, I think, or they're all basketball players. I'm not too sure. It's not just like mentioned once or twice, like it's mentioned quite a few times about Ren and her brothers, and Ren is also having Harley roommate with her next door to Rio. So they're playing like a big part in this role, and we're also getting like mentions of Ren's brothers a lot. So I think maybe they could be the next installment of a sports romance series, which I cannot wait for now. So excited. So they're speaking about Harley and Ren are currently speaking about like dating history and things like that, and Ren isn't from Chicago either. She's moved from somewhere and she's gonna go back home, and Harley's just asked her, "I'm back home, is there anyone there?" A tick of a smile begins to lift on her mouth, but she brings the water bottle up to her lips to hide it. Are we gonna have, is like Ren gonna have a little second chance romance situation? Stop. Oh, stop. She goes, no, it's not like that. I'm looking forward to getting back home. Cruz got traded to our local NBA team this year, but so did his childhood best friend. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going home. Are we gonna have a brother's best friend situation now? Oh my god, stop the little Easter eggs. It's too much for me at this time in the morning. Am I glad to be home? But I have a bit of an update for you. Quite a big update actually. I have since finished Rewind It Back. I haven't even given you like a proper update on the book. Like usually I do like a midway update, but I finished it in work and I've just devoured it in 2 days. I literally ate that book up as we expected. It was a big slay. I'm going to give you a bit of a wrap up on Rewind It Back and my final thoughts on the book, and then I have since started a new book because I finished that in work and I needed a new book to go into, so we have since chosen our new emoji and I'll get into that after we review Rewind It Back. Oh my fucking god, that was boiling. I think I just lost every single cell in my tongue and I just spat all that back out into my cup. But anyway, it's been a long few days, guys. It really has been a long few days. I'm just happy to be home. But let's speak about Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford, the final instalment in... Oh, I haven't even taken the bookmark out of this. But it's the final instalment out of the Windy City series. And I'm so sad, like, to have this finish. Like, this really... I haven't felt this way about like a romance contemporary series since I read the Off Campus series, where you just have this like proper found family aspect and it's so, like, you just feel like you're part of the family, and I just loved it so much. Now you're probably thinking, if you loved it that much, Brie, it's probably a 5-star. No, I didn't get 5-star feelings. It's not my favourite book out of the series. Okay, so I rated it 4.5. I think in the other, I loved Rio in the other books, but this just solidified how much I love Rio. Like, him having his own book, him and Isaiah Rhodes are the epitome of like lover boy. They will go above and beyond for the girl that they love. Even though the rest of the boys, they love their girls, but Isaiah Rhodes and Rio DeLuca, oh my god, they will just go above and beyond, and I just love this so much. Now, I think I said, I don't think it was in this video, but it was in my summer TBR video. I think I said that I hoped that this was dual POV, no, dual timeline, and I flicked through it and I thought that it wasn't, but it actually is dual timeline. It's not like a big, so I don't know whether, I think this is Liz Tomford's first time sort of doing dual timeline, and I feel like you could kind of see that. It was, I don't know how to say it, like, it was good. And I feel like it really did add to the story, like the dual timeline, because we got to discover a lot about like the family drama and the drama that went on in the past between Rio and Hallie. And we got to see them grow up together, but I don't know why, I feel like I just wanted more from the past. And I think I felt like that when I read Happy Place. I really did love the past. And I love that about most dual POVs. Ugh, why do I keep saying dual POVs? Dual timelines. Like, it has to be done so well, and the past has to add so much to the story. And sometimes I feel like the past gets like skipped over a lot, and I feel like we're missing a lot of things from the past. And I feel like in Now We Did, I can't really put my finger on it, but it's just like this feeling I have that I just wanted more from the past. But we did, it like added to the story still, and it gave us a perspective into Hallie and Rio's relationship, and it gave us a perspective into the sort of like mystery of why they split up, because we find out why they broke up from the past chapters, basically. Like, we fully find out why from the past chapters. It's sort of like hinted at in present chapters, but until like the final past chapter, that's when we find out. But all the past chapters are on Hallie's birthday. I don't know why. There's nothing in between. It's all on Hallie's birthday. Which I guess it adds to it, because there's like this whole thing between them that Hallie makes these playlists of every year on her birthday. She makes a playlist of all the important days throughout her life. So on a very important day, say now when a boy first tells her that he likes her, she will then like play a song to remember that by, and then she adds that to the playlist, so like years to come she can like hear that song and be like, oh, that's when blah 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 told me that he liked me for the first time. And I think that's an incredible idea. But every year on her birthday she makes these playlists, and it's like this thing between her and Rio. So that's why the past is obviously set on her birthday. But I feel like I just wanted more from the past, and that's all I can say. It's not really like, it's just a feeling and I can't explain it. On another note, I was definitely right. Well, I can't say I'm definitely right, but just the way that a new series is going to be happening, and we get major hints, not even like little Easter eggs, we get major hints in this about the next series. And it's going to be, I can't remember what they are. Is it the Cruz brothers? Yeah, I think they're called the Cruz family, I think. It's 3 brothers and a sister, I think. And oh my god, I know for a fact I'm gonna eat this up. I'm so excited. I need to contain myself, but also, I'm just gonna show you something at the back of this. So you go past the epilogue and it says, "You didn't think I forgot about Monty, did you? Turn the next page for a sneak peek of my next book. Emmett Montgomery." I'm sorry. Emmett Montgomery. That book's going to be a big slay. Big slay. That's all I'm going to say. To be honest, this could be 1,000 degrees right now and I've lost all feeling in my mouth, so I can't really feel it. And yes, I am still drinking it, even though I just spat a little bit back out because I need a coffee. But anyway, enough of that. Enough. I'm so sad. Okay, so I'll insert the little clip here, but I did choose my next emoji and I asked ChatGPT, I always say GBT, like Great Britain team, but it's GPT, and it gave me a little blue butterfly. And I found it really hard because obviously I didn't have my physical TBR in front of me because I was in work, so I thought the next best thing I can do is, I have a few books saved on my Kindle from like Kindle Unlimited that I've been like excited to get to, so I thought I'll just start a Kindle Unlimited book, and that's what I did. I've started Lies of Lena because it has little blue they're not blue butterflies, but it has butterflies on the cover. Let me just get the cover up for you. So obviously you can see like the little butterflies all over there, and I'm got some thoughts. I was told all over TikTok to read this book because it's very much like Zodiac Academy-esque, but like more witchy, if that makes sense. But I think people are just thinking, like, people compare things to Zodiac Academy so loosely, like just because it's a bit dark and you have that like bullying aspect, people compare it to Zodiac Academy very loosely, and it really triggers me because it's one of my all-time favourite series, and then I go into books with such high hopes, and this has nothing to do with Zodiac Academy, okay? Like, I'm only 150 pages in and I'm not seeing it. I don't know where you guys have got this, not you guys, but people on TikTok have got the comparison to Zodiac Academy. Maybe the authors compared it to Zodiac Academy. I have no idea, because some authors, like, they try and pull like a Hunger Games-esque thing, so I don't know whether the author's been like, oh, this is kind of like Zodiac Academy, so I have no idea. But I'm not feeling it at all. Like, at the minute, it's sitting at like a 2-star. It's very bad. The start of this is, she's 16, so Lena is 16, and it starts off very like childish, I can say. Like, at the minute it seems very childish, and I know that she's 16, but then it goes from being like really childish to like whiplashing me to like a full-on spicy smutty scene, and I'm like, I don't want to be reading about 16-year-olds the way that it's described in this. Like, it's not even like closed door or like hinted at or like some light descriptions. No. It's bad. It's terrible. It's honestly terrible. I'm gonna power through. I'm gonna try and see how I feel. I might read another 100 pages and see how I feel, maybe. But then I feel like if I read another 100 pages, I may as well just finish the thing. So I don't know. And I can't really explain to you what it's about. I'm gonna try to, from like the description and the like kind of plot that I have. Okay, so Lena is a young mage, which is kind of like a witch, like a magical being, innit? Has a traumatic childhood, fleeing persecution with her mother, a world that despises magic. Okay, so Lena and her mother are like a witch, they're a mage, and they've been like on the run for years, and they finally settle in Octasia's outer ring, and everyone despises magic. They're on the run. Obviously most witchy books, they're really not meant to be there, are they? But despite living in fear, Lena suppresses her magic until she meets Quill, who helps her defend against bullies. He offers to train her in self-defense and eventually magic. But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm up to. They've sort of just been like training, no world building whatsoever. Magic system, non-existent. Like, it's spoken about, but then it's just, that's it. And I'm really struggling. I don't know what's going on with this reading vlog, guys. Like, we obviously started off with a DNF. That's why I really don't want to DNF this, because I'm like, we've already had one DNF and maybe it's really good at the end. Like, some people said it's really slow at the start, and then towards the end you've had like this amazing forbidden romance and the like beautiful magic systems, and I think it's because it's been so hyped up in my head. I'm just like, where is this? Where's this forbidden love? Where's this like magical world? Where are these like intense moments? I'm just not getting it. I'm really not getting it. I'm struggling. But anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping your ears off now, and I'm going to, I think I might read for a bit because I need to do some medicine. I'm gonna read for a little bit. I need to have a shower. I need to put my pyjamas on. I need to sort some packing out. I need to have food. I need to do everything. Well, my food's on at the minute. So while my food's cooking, I'm going to do a bit of reading and then have a shower, chill out for the evening, do a bit more reading, and then probably end up editing late into tonight, to be honest, because I'm off tomorrow, so I'll probably end up editing into late tonight. So that's my plan. I will just read a little bit right now. I've just finished Lies of Lena, and that was so bad. I have no words. I have no words. I need to go to sleep. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I don't think I've ever read a book that bad before. Okay, so I got my little mini mic with me here because I've got my big mic with me, and I'm obviously not in my house, I'm at my mum's house. But obviously last night I finished Lies of Lena, and I have some thoughts. Like, was that the book that I read? Is that the one everyone's raving about? Because it doesn't make any sense. I'm not being horrible, but there's not enough words in the dictionary to describe how much I despise the book that I read. I literally skimmed the last 100 pages because I was done. I was literally done. I was checked out. The only reason I finished it and I didn't DNF was because it was that bad that I was intrigued to see if it got any worse, and I was also intrigued to see how bad it could get. So if you can tell, I rated it a 1 star. That's the lowest rated book I think I've had this year, other than obviously DNFs, but I think 1 star is the lowest. It's a new record for 2025. I can't even describe to you what happened in this book because none of it made sense. I feel like the author was just throwing things in. There was this rape scene, I put thing like that, but there was this rape scene where the mage, the female character, she gets taken to prison by the king, the prince, spoilers, and there's this rape scene where all the guards rape her, and it just didn't add anything to the story. It was just as if it was added in just so then the author could be like, oh, this is a dark romantasy. No. And then at the start, the first 55%, 60% of the book was part 1, where the female character and the male main character are falling in love. They're 16. Tell me why I'm reading about 2 16-year-olds going at it every other chapter. I feel like we should have spent more time developing their romance as adults in part 2 than what we did developing their romance as 16-year-olds in part 1. Part 1 should have been sent in an email. It was so bad. It should have only been 100 pages, part 1. It was so bad. And I feel terrible dragging this author as a debut novel, and I do feel terrible, but it just wasn't for me. And that's fine. That's fine. I feel so bad, but it was so bad. It was bad. And I don't want to speak about it anymore. It was just, I need to move on swiftly. So we need to choose our next emoji so we can get our next read. I have already chosen my next emoji, so play that clip right now. Good morning. It's the day after I finished Lies of Lena, and I desperately need a new book, so let's ask our trusty ChatGPT to give us a new emoji so we can get a new book. Can you give me a random emoji, please? Oh, okay. A swan? A white swan. I literally haven't got anything that correlates with that. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go online and I'm going to see if there's a random emoji generator. Oh, okay. Online there's this random emoji wheel spinner. So I think I'm just going to use this. Okay. Spin. Oh, a knife. A knife. A knife. I got 2 books here that we could choose from. They're 2 completely different ones. I have loads of books with swords on them, loads of fancy books. I love a sword on the front, and I thought we could choose that, sword, knife, sharp edge. It's all kind of the same. I've got these 2. They're 2 completely different books. We've got The Slowest Burn by Sarah Chamberlain. Now I chose this because he is a cook, I think. I don't think him being a chef is the main premise of this though. This could be a stretch. But then we have these Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I've been wanting to read this for the longest time, and I know at the front it's a dagger and not a knife, but it's short like a knife. Daggers are kind of short and they kind of like a knife. So obviously she's holding the little dagger but there. And all the rest had full-on swords at the front. And I was like, that's a bit of a stretch. I can't go for that. So I think just from the emoji alone, I'm gonna have to go with this because it's on the cover, I can visually see it, and I'm not too sure if this would be the right choice if I did go for this, this one. So I think I'm gonna go for this, which I'm kind of in the mood for a fantasy, so I'm kind of excited. Okay, so obviously we're going in with these Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. A lot of you will probably be very excited that I'm reading this. We obviously got the knife emoji, and this has obviously got the little dagger on the front, so it's a close enough, And I'm very excited for this. One, the female main character is called Brie. I like reading books with Brie as the female main character because I feel like I can really like immerse myself in the story then. But I'm going to read the back and then we can kind of get a gist of what it's going to be. So Brie would do anything before making a deal with the Fae. Death is better than their vicious schemes. When her sister is taken by the sadistic king of the Unseelie, Brie breaks her own rules and agrees to steal 3 magical relics from the rival Seelie court in exchange for her sister's return. Brie's only way inside is to pose as a potential bride for the Seelie prince, Ronan, a prince who's not quite as wicked as she once thought. Unwilling to let her heart distract her, she accepts the help from a band of misfits with their own secret agenda. But as Brie spends time with their mysterious leader, Finn, she finds herself struggling to resist his seductive charm. Caught between 2 dangerous courts, Brie must decide who to trust with her loyalty and with her heart. So obviously there's like 2 men on the front. Is this going to be like not like a why choose? I don't know my dark romance smutty like terminology. Does she fall for the Seelie prince, Ronan, and also fall for the misfits, like the band of misfits leader as well, Finn? So we've got like a love triangle situation going on. What's why choose? Is that like multiple love interests? Yeah, multiple love interests. Okay, so I think 2 love interests is a love triangle. But then maybe like 3+ is why choose. Maybe. In my head, that's what it is anyway. But I think we're going to have like a love triangle situation. Okay, I'm excited for this though. But I've got like, what time is it? So it's 12:30. I've got to leave for work at about 1:30. So, no, 2:30. Oh, okay, so 2:30. I can have a little bit of lunch and then we can read this together. We can start this because I'm excited. And also, it's in the first person, so yay. I've just come back from my little hot girl walk. It's very humid out there. The UK needs a storm. It needs some thunder to clear the air because, my god, was that the most humid walk I've ever been on. I could only stand being out there for so long. And then I had to sit on the bench and continue reading. But it's great. I never I was just listening to audiobooks when I was on my read, but I seen that Sarah was like reading on her TikTok. She was like reading when she was going on walks, and I thought that's such a good idea. So then I thought, like, the other day I tried it, and then ever since then when I'm just on my little hot girl walks, I always have my Kindle with me. And I've probably mentioned this so many times in this channel, but I'm such like an anxious girly. Like, I'm always anxious, even when I go on walks, just to like get out and about. Sometimes I can't even go for a walk because I'm so anxious about going for the walk for no reason. I'm just a socially anxious girly. And it's really hard to explain unless you have anxiety. When I'm on my walks, sometimes I'm really anxious on my walks because I just feel like people are watching me for some reason, or I just feel on edge. And when I'm reading and I've just got my Kindle in my hand, like, I never take like my overhead earphones with me because they're like noise cancelling. I just take either my AirPods whenever I can find them. They're lost at the minute. Or I just take my wired headphones, because then I can always have one out, so I'm like aware of my surroundings at all times. But I just don't feel anxious when I'm reading because I'm just so immersed in my story, and even though I'm still aware of my surroundings. And today I didn't even have my headphones on. I literally just took my headphones out. I was like one with nature. I could hear the river, I could hear the birds, I could hear the cars, I could hear the people talking, and I was just reading my book and I was just immersed in my book, and it was just so good, and I just didn't feel anxious. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I feel like everybody should just read their Kindle when they go on their little hawker walks. I feel like it's just cured my anxiety. But I wanted to go on a walk because it got to like 1 o'clock and I had been sitting down all day editing a video, reading a little bit of this, and just like doing bits and bobs around the house. And I was like, I need to get out the house because it's meant to rain all afternoon. And then I think tomorrow's raining all morning and I'm off again tomorrow, so I was like, I'll get out today. But anyway, let's speak about these Hollow Vows. So I'm over halfway. Before I went on my little walk, I was roughly about halfway, I think it was. I think I was actually like 49% into this book. But I think I've got like, I calculated how many pages I have left just now. I've got 169 pages after this, so I do want to try and complete this today. I want to get at least 100 pages done today. Like, what does my Kindle say? My Kindle says that it's going to take me 2.5 hours to complete. I feel like that's doable. I feel like I can just lock in for 2.5 hours and get this done. Like, it is only 3:15. I feel like I can do that, and then I still have the rest of the evening to do some editing, watch Love Island, and then still have an early night because I was up really early. For some reason, I just can't sleep recently. I feel like I can go to sleep fine, but I'm just waking up at 5:30 every day, all the time, and I don't even know why. I don't know why. I'm gonna give you like a midway update because I feel like for the most of these books I haven't really given you a midway update. I feel like this vlog's been very much all over the place. But what do we expect? So these Hollow Vows are sitting at, I would say, like a 3.75 right now, maybe like a 3.5. I'm not too sure. It's kind of dragging. Like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not obsessed. Like, I feel like it's got the bones to be a really good story, but it's just missing a lot of substance and a lot of oomph. And I feel like the author isn't really delving into things as much, and I feel like we're being told things and not shown things, and we're skipping over a lot of really, not really important parts, but just parts that would add to the story and the atmosphere and the characters and the plot, and I feel like we're just skimming over those. Like, there was this chapter that I just read, and they were breaking, someone, I'm not going to say who, but someone got kidnapped by the Sealy prince and they had to like get him out or whatever. But like, they go out and there's like, Finn takes my hand and offers me the other hand to his friend. Just hold on, let us lead the way. And then that's the end of the chapter, and then it skips to the next chapter and it goes, by the time we get back to Finn's, I'm exhausted. And I'm just like, yeah, but how did you get there? Like, show me what you did. How did you do these things? Like, how did you get from A to B? Like, what did you see along the way? Like, tell me, like, show me these things. Don't just say, oh, we've arrived. And it doesn't even go into detail of like how they got there or the things that they did. It just says like how she's feeling and things like that, and then just moves on to the next thing. And I just feel like we need to be shown things in fantasy books, we really do. But I do think this is heavy on the romance, not so much on the fantasy. But like I said, it's got the bones, it's quite intriguing, the story is quite intriguing. Like, there's this dark magical fae realm that has like a lot of political secrets and like tension between them, which I'm loving. Like, I always love like anything with like politics between realms and war brewing and rebellions and things like that. I always love in my fantasy books. I feel like it just adds a lot of tension. And I think I seen someone say that it's a very much a cross between Cruel Prince and ACTA, and I can definitely see that. Now, I did DNF's Cruel Prince series, but I got a gist of the world of the Cruel Prince world and things just from the first 2 books that I read. And obviously I've read all of the ACTA series, but I can definitely see like the links between them. At the minute I'm just waiting for the story to sort of kick in and the plot to kick in. Like, it's not very action packed, but I think it's because we're skipping over everything and I feel like we're just plodding along at the minute. And I would say, like, I can see, I know this is going to sound really bad, but I can see that the author is trying her best to do a little bit of foreshadowing. She's trying to cook something up, but it's just not working. Like, it's really hard to explain, but there's like little things that are mentioned and you can really see that she's trying to make this like foreshadowing thing and like maybe try and link things later on with that, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's just not working. It's really hard to explain, but when I'm reading it I'm just like, oh, maybe it's the way it's written, I don't know, but I'm still enjoying it though. Like, I'm still enjoying it, but it's just very surface level. It's just something fun, something easy. Like, I'm not really thinking too much about it when I'm reading it. But yeah, just waiting for the plot to kick in. Is it in parts? Was there like a part 1? Am I just still on part 1? No, it's just straight into chapter 1. And I think like also there's like, I think probably ties back to like the foreshadowing thing, but the author's trying to add substance to the story and like these mysterious things like the dreams and hints of like power and hints of these little things. And I guess, yeah, it's foreshadowing. There's like little Easter eggs that she's trying to plot, and I don't know, it's just not working. It's not very good. But I don't know whether it's a debut novel, I'm not too sure, but I'm not obsessed, let's just say that. It's good, it's enjoyable, but I'm not obsessed. I would probably say sitting more like 3.25 after thinking over it and speaking with you guys about my feelings. It's probably sitting more at like 3.25 than a 3.75. So we'll see if that goes higher or lower depending on how this book goes. But yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I really need a shower, but I don't really like having midday showers because I want to wash my face and things. So I think I'm just gonna do a bit more editing for like an hour or two, and then I think I'm gonna have a shower, have my food, and we can read for a bit. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I need to film an outro for this vlog because I just realised that I finished these Hollow Vows a few days ago and I haven't actually filmed an outro for this vlog and wrapped everything up and given you my final thoughts on these Hollow Vows, and I've literally just filmed my monthly TBR and I'm about to pack up all of my books into boxes and I need to give you a wrap up so then I can like be done with this video and focus on moving my house. Well, moving me to a new house. But we have finished these Hollow Vows. I rated it a 3.5 star. It was good. It was a good book. I'm just disappointed in the female characters' decisions. Like, why? But yeah, it was good. I feel like I can't even remember what I said in my first sort of like initial update with you. I think I'd said that it was quite surface level and I still felt like that towards the end. And I don't know whether this is her like debut novel, I'm not too sure, but it did feel very surface level and I feel like we didn't really like delve into the characters and the side characters, and I just feel like I wasn't connected to them because it was so surface level. And I'm not saying that in like a really negative way and saying that it's bad, but it's just like I felt like personally that I wanted to be like, I felt like we needed to delve into deeper into them as characters for me to like fully connect with them and like care about them. But the plot twist at the end did have me a bit shook. I was like, what? And the decisions from Bree, our female character, questionable. Maybe it's a Bree thing, but some of the decisions I make in life, questionable. But it was still good. I want to go into the second book because I just want to know what happens. And if she makes, like, obviously I've mentioned that there's like some sort of love triangle situation, and if Bree makes the wrong decisions I will be kicking my feet kicking my feet screaming? No, I'll be throwing the book and screaming. I'll be kicking no feet. 3.5 stars. I feel like it's really good. And I am intrigued to go into the next one. I think it's just a duology. I got the next one here because I was speaking about it in my monthly TBR. Okay. Spoiler. Okay. So there's like on this could be spoiler. It's not like I don't know. Okay. So this is spoiler for me, okay? But I've just connected some dots, maybe, which I don't like. But on this cover, we've got Brie, and then we've got the two male main characters, you can say, at the back, the love interests. So that's like blonde, he's got long hair over there. Tell me why on the front of this one, he is there. I don't like him. He's not the love interest I want. But on the back, the other love interest in Brie is on the back. So, which one is it? Okay, Lexi, which one is it? I need to know. I kind of need to go into the second one, but I'm currently in the middle of another book, so I can't go into the second one right away. But to round off this reading vlog, I feel like we had a good time. We didn't start off on the best with a little DNF by, what was it called? The Night of the Witch, I think it was called. I can't grab that book right now. It's in a box over there, ready to be shipped onto Vinted. Because I really didn't like that book. It's not that I didn't like it, it's the fact that it was translated from German to English, and there was still a lot of German words and Latin words in there, and I didn't understand. It was me and my dyslexic brain. No, we don't go together. Even though I can speak another language, German and Latin is not one of them. But anyway, DNF, not a good start, but then, you know, rewind it back, picked it back up for us. And then we went in with another terrible read, which was like a 1 star, which is The Lies of Lena. Terrible book. Terrible. I should have DNF'd that book as well. Right, I sound so bad, but I was so intrigued by how bad it was that I just wanted to keep on reading to see if it got any better, because a lot of people said that it did get better towards the end. But that book, like the first half of that book, shouldn't have been that long. It shouldn't have been. I feel like we should have spent more time with them as adults, developing their relationship as adults, than what we did when they were younger. Well, anyway, I'm not going to speak anymore on Lies of Lena. And then obviously I've just spoken about, no I didn't, that's these hot twisted bombs, these hollow vows. I've just spoken about that. So, and that was the 3.5. So it's been an alright reading vlog. But anyway, I'm going to love and leave you now because I need to pack up all of these books behind me, which you will see in a reading vlog. Not a reading vlog, you'll see in like just a normal everyday vlog. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then I'm also going to be doing another video when I move down to my new flat and me setting up my new reading area and organising my bookshelves. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for those. So make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, like I always ask you to do. And don't forget to comment down below if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were, because I love chatting to you guys in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!